So in the last lecture, we extracted product quantity component. Now we're going to reuse this component on our shopping cart page. So let's go to shoppingcart.html. This is where we're displaying the quantity. I want to replace this with our product-quantity component. As you remember, this component has two input properties. One is product, which we set to item.product, and the other is shopping cart, shopping-cart, which we set to this cart object we have on this template. So back in the browser, here's our new product quantity component. Looks good. However, you can see the quantity is 0. Why is this happening? Well, we should go in our shopping cart class because that's where we calculate the quantity. So let's go to shopping cart. Here's our get quantity method. This method is returning 0, which makes me think somehow we can't find the given product in our items map. So here I want to do a console log and display this product object. Maybe there's something wrong with this product. So let's have a look. Back in the browser. Now let's open up the console. So here are our product objects. Let's have a look. So we have these properties: category, image URL, price, and title, but we don't have the $key property. But here in our get quantity method, we need that key in order to look up this product in the items map. So what happened to that key? Well, this key exists on an actual product node in Firebase. Let me show you what I mean. So back in Firebase, under products, we have these products, right? Each product has a key and these properties. However, let's take a look at our shopping cart. So shopping cart, items, here we have a product. This product does not have a key property. It only has these properties. And that's the reason when we use our new product quantity component on the shopping cart page, we can't get the quantity. So what's the solution? Well, let's go through a few different ideas. One solution would be to store the key property here. But as I told you before, Firebase doesn't like you to set a property called $key here because that's kind of a reserved property. So that's out. Another approach is to use a different property like ID and set it to the product key. But that looks redundant because we actually have the product key in our shopping cart item. So it doesn't make sense to store that again under the product. I know that in Firebase, we don't have to worry about storage because we store our data in the cloud. So there's plenty of storage available, and storing one extra property is not the end of the world. But still, that looks redundant to me. So let's take a look at a different solution. What if instead of having these properties under product here, we had them directly under our shopping cart item? So each shopping cart item would have a key, which is exactly the product key. And under that, we would have category, image URL, price, and title. In other words, our shopping cart item looks like a product, but it has an additional property called quantity. Now with this solution, here on our shopping cart template, when rendering the product quantity, we could simply pass item to this product input property because each item is a product. And also, we wouldn't have to reference item.product.title. We could simply reference item.title. So I am leaning more towards this solution. Also, this solution has another benefit. I don't quite like the fact that we're storing all these properties of our products under this product object. Currently, our products are very simple. They have only 4 properties. But in the future, this e-commerce application can grow. Each product can have a description. It can have reviews. It can have a bunch of other properties. We don't want to store all these properties under our shopping cart items. Here we only need a few basic properties like image URL, the unit price, and title. And this is purely to to render the shopping cart page. Because as I told you before, in Firebase, unlike relational databases, we don't have join between records. So one solution is to store all the data we need inside a shopping cart item object. And this way we can quickly render a web page because we have all the data ready in one place. Another solution is to store only the identifiers here. So instead of all these properties, we would have product ID, and then we would have to use nested observables to read a product with a given ID at runtime. But this approach is more complex, and I have covered this in my other Angular course, Build Enterprise Applications with Angular. We don't want to worry about it at this stage. So what I'm proposing is to store these properties that we really need for our shopping carts directly under a shopping cart item object. Specifically, in our current implementation, we don't need this category property in our shopping cart. So what is this property doing here? So in the next lecture, we're going to change our design and store all these necessary properties directly under a shopping cart item object.